You're going to have a lot of happy people.
Wednesday afternoon, President Trump signed an order stopping his policy of separating families at the border. But for some children, experts say the negative health damage may already be done.
Kids have separation anxiety. I mean, you drop your kid off at daycare, they go through that. But they get your back at the end of the day, and they have somebody there with them at daycare to support them and care for them. Imagine if you just, instead of dropping them off at daycare, you just left them on the side of the road and you didn't come back.
Mark Gorlick is the president and CEO of Children's Minnesota. He says separating a child from its caregiver has long-term consequences. He calls it toxic stress.
Any kind of physical or emotional stress, anything from hunger and sleep deprivation all the way through being separated from the parents to death of a parent, that cause a reaction in the body, a chemical reaction, adrenaline rush, other chemical changes. And when that goes on for a prolonged period like this, it causes changes in brain function, brain structure, DNA structure, and it causes long-lasting intellectual, mental, and physical harm.
How does the brain structure change?
When you're young and the brain is growing, new connections are being created between cells. When those chemicals are flooding in there, it changes the nature of those connections. And those connections, those changes live on throughout the rest of your life.
According to several lawmakers, President Trump told them that his daughter, Ivanka, had encouraged him to stop family separations. The president also told reporters he's not backing down on immigration reform.
If you're really, really pathetically weak, the country's going to be overrun with millions of people. And if you're strong, then you don't have any heart. That's a tough dilemma. Perhaps I'd rather be strong.
Is there any way to reverse what may have already happened?
So there are ways to mitigate that, right? We have people who are exposed to chronic stress all the time. Anything from, a supportive environment to a hug can help mitigate those effects, but they can still be there. There are certainly things that can be done. It's not that these children will be hopelessly damaged, but just as we see with kids who grow up in our cities and towns who are exposed to those sorts of chronic toxic stress, it does have long-lasting effects.
So what happens to the kids, the 2,300 kids already separated from their parents under this zero-tolerance policy since the spring? Health and Human Services says they will not be immediately reunited with their families. They will stay in custody separate from their parents while their parents wait for their immigration cases to be heard. So in essence, the executive order new rules that started today, those are not grandfathered in for what has happened until right now. We'll be right back.